That's now full 3-2.
And McIlvaine has battled today. Well over 100 pitches, 105 now. You got to think he's right at the end of his rope.
Can't find the grip on that breaking ball. It is a hot, muggy day. Temperature right around 90 degrees. Humid. Donye Evans up and ready to go if need be. Expecting some rain later on today, but not till hopefully we are long gone.
And McIlvaine's previous season high 104, so he has passed that mark now at 106.
And that's probably going to be it for old Mr. McIlvaine. Here comes Corbs out to the mound. They needed a good start after the first 2 games of this series, and Chris McIlvaine will leave with a 4-run advantage. Hugs and pats on the backs by his teammates. We'll update the change when we come back.
All right, that should do it.
Are the stars out tonight?
Alexa, play our favorite song again.
Okay.
I only have
Well, the day is complete for Chris McIlvaine. Boy, he went to work. Elevated fastball and Braden Jobert. A really good changeup to Dylan Cruz. Sets him down. A slider to Doty on the outside part of the plate. Another good slider. The majority of his 5 strikeouts came on that out pitch of his. The slider, he battled really well. 6 1/3, 4 earned runs given up. And there's Donye Evans in making his 12th appearance of the year. ERA a little bit elevated. It hasn't worked a whole lot. 11 1/3 this year. 8 hits, 10 punch outs, and 6 walks.
Young man out of the Atlanta area, Decatur, Georgia. Chris McIlvaine, the junior. Certainly you wonder if this was his last appearance here at Hawkins Field. If so, he'll remember it. 5 strikeouts, 6 1/3.
Yeah. And a season high 106 pitches, and he gets hugs in that Vandy dugout.
Evans rears back and starts this at bat off with 92 miles an hour. So 1 out and 1 on for Kate Doty, who fouls it off. He's behind 0-2. That one scoots away, and Trey Morgan will wind up at second base. Not a whole lot of work for Evans this year, just 11 1/3 innings. 6 walks in those 11 innings. Called strike 3. Doty not so sure, but not much he can do about it.
No, Danye Evans yanked the fastball before this well off the outside part of the plate. This ball just on the edge. I think Doty thought it maybe was a little bit high, but for me, caught some of the outside corner.
Jordan Thompson 1 for 3. 2 down now. Now it's 2-0. Thompson's average has crept up this weekend. He's now at 292. That misses inside. 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk, first and second.
Well, if you're LSU, this is what you're looking for. A few base runners and hope you run into one. And Braden Jobert quite capable of changing the game with one swing.
You call those weavers, right?
Weavers, 3-run shot. That's what it feels like LSU is going to need to get back in this one.
And Tim Corbin wasting little time after that walk. We'll make another change. See if he doesn't go to the lefty, Nelson Berkwich. And it will be Nelson. The left-hander making his debut on this Saturday afternoon. Back in a moment.
Idaho. Idaho. On Idaho.
Let's create a green print.
Conventional thinking would say Verizon has the largest and fastest. Conventional thinking would say Verizon has the largest and fastest 5G network, but they don't. They only cover select cities with 5G. So for me and the hundreds of drivers in my fleet, staying connected, cutting downtime, and delivering on time depends on T-Mobile 5G. And with coverage of over 96% of interstate highway miles, they've got us covered.
Unconventional thinking delivers 4 times the 5G coverage of Verizon, and it's ready right now. T-Mobile for Business.
Well, don't you forget that the SEC Now team, they will be on site at the SEC tournament coming your way from Hoover Metropolitan Stadium Tuesday through Saturday. Previews, post-game breakdowns, all the games, all the interesting tidbits that you need to know about SEC baseball. You can always watch it on the ESPN app from anywhere you may be. SEC Now, Tuesday through Saturday at the SEC Baseball Tournament. Well, here's the left-hander coming out of the bullpen, Nelson Berkwich, the sophomore out of Boca Raton, Florida, out of American Heritage High School, making his 15th appearance, and pretty good numbers.
Yeah, really good against left-handers too. 5 for 28 versus left-handers. He can strike you out too. 16 punch-outs.
Crowd thought that was a strike, but it was off the plate. 1-0.
Fastball in the first pitch, then you take a little off and spin it in there.
Jobert has 15 home runs on the year. Doubled, picked up 2 RBIs earlier in this one. That was off the plate. Bolger trying to frame it. It's 2-1.
Yeah, Bolger tries to steal this one, see him bring it back. The ball's off the, matter of fact, Bolger's set up off the outside corner. 1-0 pitch, he got a slider. See if he gets one here. 2-1. He does.
This ball is hit deep right center and caught. No! Bradfield couldn't hang on. It is an LSU home run. I thought Bradfield stole another one for a moment. Instead, it's a 2-run shot, a 3-run shot. A Weaver, as you like to call it, Ben. And LSU is right back in this one, 8-7.
Well, the Tigers just won't go away in this one. There's a 1-0 slider that he swung and missed. Then you get a fastball 2-1, and then Berkwich comes back with a 2-1 slider, and Joe Bear, you could call him Joe Bomb now, got every stitch of that one out toward right center field. An unbelievable effort by the center fielder, Enrique Bradfield Jr., but the Tigers have pulled to within 1.
Well, we have seen Bradfield steal some home runs before. Just didn't have enough to get that Joe Bear shot. And Joe Bear becomes the first left-handed hitter to hit a home run off of Berkwich in his Vanderbilt career.
Wow. And that's going to school too, Dave Neal. You missed that first slider, you sit on the next one, and he got it and didn't miss it.
Commodores making another change. We'll update it when we come back.
All right, that should do it.
May 25th is Dunkin' Iced Coffee Day. Every cup you buy gives $1 to the Dunkin' Joy in Childhood Foundation, bringing joy to kids battling illness in local hospitals. One iced coffee, working twice as hard. Only on Dunkin' Iced Coffee Day.
Freedom Boat Club believes summers are best when spent on a boat. You can escape your daily routine, explore the open waters, reconnect with family and friends. Fortunately, Freedom Boat Club makes boating simple. Members get unlimited access to a fleet of boats, giving them the freedom to get on the water and go. In other words, we make it easy, so you can take it easy. Freedom Boat Club. Boating made simple.
Enrique Bradfield Jr. out in center field, trying to steal this home run and misses it by a foot or two. And in the process, got a little banged up.
Yeah,
Joe Bear just went yard for the 16th time.
I don't know if he's banged up from hitting the wall or banged up from bouncing into the right fielder, Spencer Jones, too, because he got it on both ends of that one. Boy, to be up to Thomas Schultz now, making his 21st appearance of the year. How about those numbers? 1.2 ERA and 30 punch-outs in 28 and a third. 7 saves on the year for Schultz.
LSU has cut this to a 1-run game. They were down 6-0 at one point. McManus has gone yard. Grounder to third across the diamond, and that'll get Vanderbilt into the dugout. But you said it, Joe Bear has the capabilities to do this, Ben.
Joe Bomb, he did. He's having a huge day. 5 RBIs, included his 16th long ball of the year. We got a ball game.
BAKAEOD. What's the ETA?
ASAP, FYI.
See my IM?
TLDR.
What?
Too long. Didn't read.
We don't need any more acronyms, but we could all use more ways to save.
DNX, YOLO!
You know the best part about watching the NBA Eastern Conference Finals?
The utter brilliance on display?
Yeah, besides that.
The sheer tenacity it takes to win?
Yeah, also good, but...
that I can show up to let everyone know that the Thor Love and Thunder trailer will premiere later tonight.
Hang on, Cap. He's not in the script. Can't hold the hammer.
Hey, this James is worthy of holding the hammer. Know what I'm saying?
You gotta like what he did there.
Crafty, James Worthy. That's crafty.
If you're sitting there thinking about quitting, don't.
Because today, we are not afraid of growth.
We are built to do hard things.
I want you to feel alive today.
You are a plate of fajitas at a packed restaurant turning heads.
Sizzle, baby!
Sizzle! Keep sizzling.
Great.
That moves you. Motivation that moves you.
Hey, look, that's our center field camera, Larry. Hey, look, that's our center field camera, Larry Copeland, out there enjoying the day. Little ice cream sandwich.
That's a good day right there, Dave Neal. A really good day. You got an ice cream sandwich and a pack of Marlboro. How about 100 Reds in the front pocket? Now, that's a diet of champions right there.
Picture of hell for our boy Larry. Ice cream sandwich and a pack of cigs.
And some 100s for fun.
Here we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Blake Money staying it on for the LSU Tigers. Third pitcher they've used. It all started with Samuel Dutton and then went to Riley Cooper. Javier Vaz tripled his last time up.
I'm a little bit surprised with the depth that LSU has left in that bullpen that we're seeing Blake Money in a 1-run ball game. Not that he can't do it. I just feel like you got Fontenot down there. You got Gervais down there. You got Raiselman down there. Bryce Collins. Taylor hasn't pitched yet. Yep, there's Fontenot getting heated up.
Ground ball to the right side. Cade Doty scoots that way and makes a play, 1 down.
The strength of this LSU team all year long has been its bullpen. And you talk to Jay Johnson, even when we talked to him in February, he said, you know what, I'm going to play a lot of matchups. He said, I don't know if I have a real ace, a real Friday night guy, but what I do have is some depth in my bullpen. And he's done that. I mean, Gervais and Riley Cooper and Raiselman and Fontenot have really been big for LSU out of that bullpen.
Breaking ball in there for a strike. And, you know, LSU playing for a 4 seed. They need to win here and hope Auburn loses today to become a top 4 seed in the SEC tournament, which gives you the extra day off, which could really help them. You and I were talking during a break a while ago, like if they have to play on Tuesday on the opening day, what do they do about pitching? Like where would they turn on that Tuesday? If they play only on Wednesday, maybe it makes that decision a lot easier.
Yeah. You know, it almost feels like a bullpen day, like, you know, like you would do in a midweek game. We see a lot of these teams do this in a midweek where, you know, you get the starter goes 2, next guy goes 2, and you just kind of piecemeal it together. That's kind of what it feels like. But for me, it's even more at stake than just that for LSU, because you talk about getting this, you know, the 4 seed, which would be a break because you go straight to double elimination. But also LSU comes in now 24th in the RPI, 19th strength of schedule. If they win this game today, all of a sudden they're probably inside the top 20 in the RPI. You look at the conference victories that they would have. I mean, that would bounce them up to 17 conference victories. And now all of a sudden they get in that regional host debate where you go into Hoover and you win 2 ball games in Hoover, and all of a sudden you could be a regional host. And if when you look at the committee, too, the committee has told us in past they look at injuries along the way, too. So if you look at what Jacob Berry missed 6 games, and when LSU missed those 6 games, when he missed those 6 games, LSU fell from 14th in the RPI all the way down to 37 in the RPI without their best player. Let's not forget that Gavin Dugas, who led the SEC in RBIs last year, has been on the shelf for a long time, too, with a busted-up thumb. He hit 16 home runs, or 19 home runs last year. He led the Tigers in home runs last year. He's expected back here in the near future as well. So 2 of their big offensive bats have been out for a while.
They have top 25 RPI series wins over Vandy, Florida, and Georgia. That will bode well. Ooh, right off. I think that might have clipped Blake Money's glove on the way out to center field. So a 1-out base hit for Parker Nolan.
Yeah, Parker Nolan picks up his second base knock of the day, and boy, he hits this one right back from whence it came. Look out if you're on the bump. Wow. I mean, right back up the middle, and I mean right back, unfortunately, right at the head of Blake Money. Somehow he got out of the way.
So Jay Johnson out to the mound to talk to Blake Money.
So yeah, I mean, a lot at stake for LSU, and that's what's the cool thing about Hoover, and we all know this, right? Is that it's a lot's going to be determined in Hoover, and it always is that last week before NCAA tournament play begins.
Devin Fontenot going to take over the reins on the bump for LSU. We'll update the change when we come back.
Idaho. Idaho. On Idaho.
Let's create a green print.
%10 back on every ticket. 100% buyer guarantee. And over 100 million tickets sold. The only ticketing company that rewards you for buying. Vivid Seats. Life happens live.
To introduce our new Kingsford Charcoal made with real spices, we asked TikTok's angry reactions for his expert opinion.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Thanks, man. It's flavor like never before.
Well, here's a guy that's not afraid of this moment, making his 110th career NCAA appearance. Devin Fontenot, his 20th appearance of this year. And Benny comes in with a runner on and 1 out.
If you're looking for experience late in the ball game, this is who you bring in. 110 appearances now, and it's pretty much all been right at the back end in these types of situations. Fontenot's going to bring a fastball that's low that will touch into the mid-90s. He'll sink it from time to time. A changeup and a breaking ball to go with it, making his 20th appearance of the year for the Tigers.
He'll take a look at Tate Colwick and then Matthew Polk. 7 and 8 expected to come to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th inning, as LSU trying to rally from a 6-run deficit.
This 110th career appearance for Fontenot ties the all-time LSU record of 110 set by Paul Bergesini back from 2007 and 2010 for the Tigers.
Colwick has doubled, struck out, throw back to first as Parker Nolan dives in. Fontenot earned his LSU degree in the spring of last year in sports administration. depending on the outcomes of the day, Vanderbilt could be anywhere from 6th to 9th at the end of this afternoon, heading over to Hoover for the SEC tournament. Regardless, they'll be playing on day number 1. You know, they've never been a 9 seed.
Yeah, that's hard to believe, but they have been so good as Vanderbilt. I mean, look, you're talking about the program in college baseball really the last 7 years. I mean, Florida's made a lot of deep runs, but Vanderbilt, what, 2 national titles. Runners-up twice in that span, both in 15 and 21. And 5 trips to the College World Series since 2011.
College World Series appearances, 2 titles,
18 first-round draft picks. Is that good?
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
When I see that,
too,
right? When I see
you
that,
think
though,
money,
my first thought is
talent. Yeah.
Yeah.
But today's game, talent kind of equals money, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. That's fouled off the foot at the plate.
See, Fontenot trying to get that breaking ball to the outside part of the plate. He's not able to get it there just yet. Did that ball go off the foot or not?
You know what? That look doesn't look like it did.
I know it.
He sold it like it did, though. So that one catches him in the midsection.
Yeah, Fontenot worked so hard to get ahead and to count 1 ball and 2 strikes and just a fastball. Trying to come inside, but not that far inside as it just gets the jersey of Colwick.
Well, they go from the what could have been a slow roller down the left side of that infield. They called it a foul ball. And then he gets hit by a pitch on the very next pitch. And Matthew Polk will step in with runners at first and second. 2 for 3 today for Matthew Polk, who's playing the role of a designated hitter this afternoon. Glad to know that Vandy Whistler's feeling healthy. He's been in full throat since we started. Glad I could bring your attention to the whistle. Boy, Fontenot saying that he stepped into that pitch. Jay Johnson will come out of the dugout.
He's gonna challenge it to see, and we'll take a look at it here. Oh, this is gonna be a tough one here. I do too. If you watch now, he turns his shoulder, but watch, you can't really tell from that angle. But if you go back to the center field view, watch where his shoulder starts and watch where his shoulder ends up. He definitely, to me, advances slightly towards the plate. Now again, you don't have to make an attempt to get out of the way, but you can't try to get hit by the ball. This is going to be interesting. And if you're Jay Johnson, it's certainly worth a challenge right here, because this would load the bases with only one out versus first and second with one out. What you got here, Dave? I think the center field camera is the best one to look at it.
So the call will stand. I think there is a move toward the plate. I'm with you. It's not much. It's a subtle move. But I don't know. It'll stand. They just didn't feel like there was enough there to overturn the call on the field, which was hit by pitch. And now they are loaded with one out.
It looks like Bryce Collins. Bryce Collins came to LSU along with Jay Johnson from Arizona, with Riley Cooper as well.
Cooper, Fontenot, Money have already been used out of that bullpen today. They started with Samuel Dutton. And now things are really dicey for LSU. That one bounces off the face mask of Tyler McManus.
Yeah, and I think if you're Fontenot now, it's about locating a good fastball down and away and try to create a ground ball. That's your first mission. And if you do get to 2 strikes, then you'll start thinking about strikeout at that point. But I think ground ball is what's got to be in your mind. Middle infielders are playing back there in double play depth.
And that one misses upstairs. It's 2-0. Carter Young on the year hitting .209, but he's hitting .231 from the left side. Nowhere to put him. It's 3-0.
Yeah, Fontenot just can't find it. It's never about the stuff for him. It's whether he can attack the strike zone enough with the stuff that he has.
Ball 4. 9-7 Vanderbilt.
And you got to think that's the end of the day for Fontenot, I would think. Hits the first 2 batters he faces. A 3rd batter he walks.
So there will be a change on the mound as Bryce Collins now makes his way into this one. It's 9-7 Vanderbilt with the bases loaded. Still only 1 out. We'll update the change when we come back.
10-speed transmission. Features available on GMC Sierra Heavy Duty. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC.
Tomorrow, Rally Cap is back to break down the week that was in baseball and softball. Highlights, analysis, interviews will also get you set with a look ahead at the upcoming week. Our coverage begins at 8 Eastern, right after the NCAA softball regionals right here on the SEC Network and, of course, the ESPN app.
Well, here's Bryce Collins. Yeah, making his 17th appearance out of the year. A couple of starts under his belt, but 15 relief appearances. Solid ERA, 3.4. He can strike you out. 26 in the third, 34 strikeouts. Walks have been a little bit of a concern for him. 18 of those in just 26 in the third. Good fastball, low 90s fastball, but the out pitch is the big overhand curveball.
Well, welcome to the game, Bryce. All you have are the bases loaded, only one out. It's a two-run game. And these guys are just waiting for their opportunity. Bradfield will be the first one. Spencer Jones would be next. Spencer Jones has 2 home runs and 4 RBIs today. Bradfield has a base hit and 2 RBIs. He walked and scored his last time up. And nowhere to put him.
Yeah, and you got a guy at the plate that is almost impossible to double up.
Yeah, you'd almost need a line drive and then catch somebody off the bag as opposed to a ground ball traditional double play with Bradfield. Let's see if they can do it. Here it is. Do they get it? Yeah. Oh, my goodness. They pull it off.
Wow.
I
can promise you he hadn't been doubled up much this year at all, but it was perfect. Right back to the pitcher, Collins, but watch how quickly he gets it back. Nice turn by McManus. LSU off the field, only gave up 1.
Idaho. Idaho. On Idaho.
Let's create a green print.
Freedom Boat Club believes summers are best when spent on a boat. So we made boating simple. Members get unlimited access to a fleet of boats so they can get on the water and go. Freedom Boat Club. Boating made simple.
A thin painted line. The only thing between you and a life-changing accident. But are these lines enough? A Subaru with eyesight watches the lines for any danger. And can automatically stop itself.
Is everyone okay? I'm okay.
Your family is safer in a 3-row Subaru Ascent. Love. It's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Medusa lived with a hideous curse. I mean, the whole turning people to stone thing was a bit of a buzzkill, right? So she ordered sunglasses with Prime, 1-day delivery. Clever girl. People realise she's actually hilarious once you get to know her. Ugh, as if... Well, he was asking for it. Prime changes everything.
Well, some defensive work by LSU has kept this one manageable for the Tigers, but the Commodores still lead by 2. And, boy, it just doesn't happen very often. That's only the 4th time that Bradfield has been doubled up.
Yeah, and we don't know how many of those have actually been on the ground like this one, but it's got to be nearly perfect execution to do it. And somehow the LSU Tigers figured out a way.
And that'll be a hit batter, another one. We've seen a lot of hit by pitches today.
Yeah, I mean, for two teams, I mean, LSU 4th in the conference in ERA, Vanderbilt 3rd in the conference in ERA. The pitching has not been quite what we've seen all year long. But not totally uncommon in game 3s of these series, you know.
That's a nice way to put it.
Typically a little more offensive production in game 3s than what you normally see in game 1s.
That's another nice way to put it.
Okay, Dave, the pitching's not been good today.
Well, it's when you start thinking about the number of arms, you know, you lose front end guys, but that really affects you on the back end on weekends. You're using guys that might be 10, 11 inning type guys are now becoming 20 inning guys.
And if you lose early in these series a couple of your good back end arms too, of course, it always affects the game 3s.
Scott Brown out to talk to their Vanderbilt closer, Thomas Schultz. That was quick.
Yeah, that was pretty much a one-way conversation. But hey, I need you to be in the strike zone. I want you to attack. The problem is you got the time run at the plate and a guy by the name of Dylan Cruz who's had a pretty good series. And you want to attack, but you got to be cautious when attacking here.
And you know, I'm big on the due theory.
Yes.
You're not gonna. Dylan Cruz is due today. He is 0 for 3 with a walk. First 2 games, 6 of 8 at the plate.
And Vandy has pitched him careful all day long. 2-0 count right there. Change up to get it back to 2-1. Almost like a little cutter as it kind of went right to left just at the end.
Ground ball. They'll go to second, and it's booted there on a bad throw, and now LSU has it first and third. But I'm not so sure Parker Nolan's play was over. Not to go to first there.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I mean, the play, if you can get it, is the lead runner because you want to get the lead runner. The safe out's over at first base, going to the backhand side. But he just spikes. I think with a good throw, he barely gets him. But the ball short hops right there.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he does get it.
Yeah, Colwick does everything he can do. Playing it like a first baseman, trying to pick it off the turf, but he couldn't. LSU something rolling here in the 8th, 1st and 3rd, and nobody out.
It just seemed like that ball took a while. That whole play just took a while to kind of get going. That'll go down as a fielder's choice, E5. Nobody out, 1st and 3rd. This ball is belted out to center field, and we got ourselves a 1-run game. It is now 9-8 as Cranford comes home to score.
Man, this has just been like a heavyweight fight, just kind of back and forth. Vanderbilt would pull ahead. LSU inches within striking distance, and Vandy would pull ahead again, and the freshman puts a really good swing on this one. Just a line drive right out in front of Enrique Bradfield Jr. There's Collier Cranford. So we got a 9-8 ball game now. Boy, you'd love to have Jacob Barrington line up right here, but got hit by a pitch.
So LSU goes freshman in the lineup, and the bunt laid down. Schultz's throw is a bad one. But they're going to say that Keegan stayed on the bag and picked it cleanly, and Stevenson will be retired.
Boy, how big has Dominique Keegan been over to first base today for Vanderbilt? This is the third ball that he has dug out of the dirt and somehow keeps a toenail on the bag.
Yep, got him.
I think he
Good
did.
call.
I think he did.
They're going to take another look, but I believe that throw was there in plenty of time.
Yeah, I didn't see anything here to overturn this one. I wish we had a shot right down from home plate, right down the line, but we don't. And from what we're seeing, I don't see anything to overturn this one.
Well, regardless, the bunt did move runners up to second and third. And they do get the out at first. So here comes Trey Morgan with a couple of hits today, 2 walks. He's reached all 4 times. And they're going to walk him. Make it he's reached all 5 times.
Yeah, I think that's a nice move right there. Trey Morgan just been too hot and too clutch in his career at LSU in these kind of situations, and Vanderbilt will look to turn a double play.
And here comes Cade Doty, who struck out his last time up. He's 0 for 4 with a couple of Ks. Cade can get it out of here as well. Double-figure home runs for the LSU second baseman. Working against a 6'6" Thomas Schultz.
That's it.
First pitch he sees, base knock. LSU has tied this up. Down 6-0. It's now 9-9 here in the 8th.
Wow. Cade Doty not wasting any time at all. Hunting a first pitch fastball and right on time, a rocket in that 6-hole over there. Dylan Cruz pushes home the tie-in run of the game, so still bases loaded and still just 1 out for Jordan Thompson. And Cade Doty, a big knock right there.
First pitch swinging, that drops in for a base hit. Pearson will score, and LSU has the lead.
Well, it was Vanderbilt early with all the runners in scoring position, base hits, and it's been LSU. This ball not hit very hard at all, but hit in a perfect spot just over the first baseman, Dominique Keegan. And there is Josh Pearson with the 10th run of the game for LSU. Jordan Thompson, so back-to-back huge base hits by LSU.
Cranford has scored. Cruz has scored. Pearson has scored. And they're still loaded and only 1 out. Braden Jobert, who had the 3-run homer in the 7th.
Yeah,
will step into the batter's box.
2-run double early, 3-run homer later. And he would love a base hit here, but a sacrifice fly would work.
Here's what that home run looked like. It just did get it.
And I mean, you're right there. He just did get it, but he got enough of it. And that was your Weaver you were talking about, the 3-run shot.
Lifts this one high in the air. No doubt about it. Grand slam. Have yourself a day, Braden Jobert.
you kidding me? How about this swing? A fastball down the middle. And how about 9 RBIs in one game? A 3-run shot, a granny, and a double that plated 2 as well. And you can call him Braden Joe Bomb from now on.
Joe Bomb. McManus fouls that one back. Ten RBIs this weekend, 9 of them today. A double, 2 home runs, and a 14-9 LSU lead. And this will drop in for a base hit. "12 base knocks now for LSU.
Well, Vanderbilt batted around early in this game, and now LSU has done it here in the 8th.
Cranford started this whole thing off being hit by a pitch. Tim Corbin out to the mound. This is a conversation just between him and Thomas Schultz, as he'll make a change. Boy, Thomas Schultz has been good this year, but today LSU was just better. Grayson Moore making his appearance. We'll update it when we come back.
PTI, I need the PDF, COB, AKA EOD. What's the ETA?
ASAP, FYI.
See my IM?
TLDR.
What?
Too long, didn't read.
We don't need any more acronyms, but we could all use more ways to save.
DNX, YOLO!
In the future, we'll travel to incredible places with the help of magical technology. But what about today?
I can't wait for what tomorrow will bring. But in the meantime, let's enjoy the ride.
Your ticket to more exclusive access, birthday deals, and rewards with 10% back on every ticket. Now that's something to sing, laugh, cheer, scream, buy about. Vivid Seats. Life happens live.
Vanderbilt going back to the bullpen. They're pulling out Grayson Moore, making his 14th appearance of the year. The sophomore out of Longwood, Florida, went to Lake Mary High School. Tuesday against Middle Tennessee, picked up his first college win. 24 innings, struck out 34 dudes.
Yeah, and he's got to figure out a way to draw a line in the sand. Vanderbilt's offense, this one isn't over. Vanderbilt's offense has been really good. Just almost feels like whoever bats last could win this one.
Grayson Moore is a guy that came here as a two-way, but has transitioned to a pitcher-only role after playing some outfield last year. And he will face Cranford and then Cruz and Pearson. Boy, shocking turn of events after Vanderbilt led this 6-0.
Yeah, I don't think anybody, even as good as this LSU offense has been in this series, you get down 6-0 early. There was a big 3 spot for LSU when they cut the lead in half. They kind of made a game of it in the top of the 3rd.
Cranford first pitch he sees, pops it up high in the air, out to left. Is this one staying in the air long enough? Almost got it out of here. High off the monster and left. A run will score, an RBI double. McManus slides home safely.
And you're right. I mean, from where I'm sitting, it looked like a pop-up straightaway left field. And it goes high up off the wall. Fastball on the inside part of the plate. Collier Cranford didn't even know if it was foul or fair. He didn't even run hard getting out of the box. And somehow this ball comes back. Hits 3/4 away up the wall. And there's McManus scoring all the way from first base.
Cruz will step in. Dillon 0 for 5.
And every Tiger in the lineup has scored in this inning, with the exception of Stevenson, who laid down the sacrifice bunt.
LSU has scored 36 runs in this series.
Off their #3 pitching staff in the SEC. It has been a crazy 2022 in the SEC.
A 4-pitch walk, now first and second, only one out. Josh Pearson. Singleton had an RBI earlier this inning. We've had a lot of base runners today. Many of them have scored.
Yeah, I mean, each team's got 13 hits. Each team's got 2 errors, and each team has left 7 on to this point.
That one misses, 3-1. And they're loaded again. So Brett Hansen, another arm, will make his way into this one. Grayson Moore just didn't have it today. He'll call it an afternoon. We'll step aside. LSU out in front by 6.
and my car is dented.
Geico does offer 24/7 claim service.
24/7? That's a lot of attention.
They're not actually with you 24/7. They're just available whenever you need them.
Okay, because I'm an introvert. It's incredibly rare.
I don't think that's right.
Geico. If you're sitting there thinking about quitting, don't.
Because today, we are not afraid of growth.
We are built to do hard things.
I want you to feel alive today.
You are a plate of fajitas at a packed restaurant turning heads.
Sizzle, baby!
Keep sizzling. Great things take time.
Peloton. Motivation that moves you.
Here's Brett Hansen making his 11th appearance of the year, the left-hander coming into this one that's just gotten away from Vanderbilt. They trail by 6 now, and once again LSU has the bases loaded, only 1 out. Hansen's numbers have been really good. A 1.86 ERA, just under 10 innings of work. A young man that went on a Mormon mission, came back to Vanderbilt last year, didn't have an opportunity to really pitch, so he's just now kind of finding his form.
Yeah, how about that? No runs allowed in 9 of his 10 appearances. He got his hands full here, though. Bases loaded, only 1 out.
Young man out of Pleasanton, California, came in highly touted, was considered the 12th best left-handed pitcher in the 2018 class, and the #1 left-hander in the state of California. So let's see what Mr. Hansen can bring to the table. First pitch in there for a strike. Stevenson laid down the sacrifice bunt earlier this inning, hitting in place of Jacob Berry. He'll lay down another bunt that works out great. The safety squeeze executed perfectly.
You know,
It's all
everybody's
going
going to
LSU's way now.
You're right. Everybody's going to remember all the base hits and the home runs by Joe Bear, but Stevenson has had a bigger part of this inning as anybody has. It was him that laid down the sacrifice bunt earlier in this inning to advance runners into scoring position. And then another nice bunt right here that plates a run for LSU, now up 16-9.
It is 17-9. It is a season high runs in SEC play for LSU. They put up 16 against Florida earlier this year. That ball slapped to the right side. And the hits just keep on a coming. 18-9.
And Trey Morgan has been on 6 appearances at the plate. He's been on all 6 times, his 3rd base hit.
Fouled off at the plate, 0-2. I've never seen a sack bunt produce 2 runs without an error involved.
It's been a crazy game.
And that'll do it. But a huge inning. How about an 11 spot?
Yeah, that grand slam right there seemed like it happened back in the 3rd inning, but it was really this inning, and LSU erupts for 11 runs in the 8th. Now lead Vanderbilt 18-9.
I've travelled all over, telling folks they could save by bundling home and car insurance. But here's the real secret. Eye contact. We just had a moment.
Geico.
For Ramirez?
Wingstop's boneless meal deal. 20 crispy, juicy wings and 4 of our soul-satisfying flavors with 2 dips and a large fry for just $15.99. Get yours delivered. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Let's dive in.
What about your back?
It's fine!
Advil Dual Action fights pain 2 ways. Advil targets pain at the source. Acetaminophen blocks pain signals. Advil Dual Action.
Introducing Gatorade Fit. Fitness starts from the inside out. Get healthy added colors. Gatorade Fit. Healthy, real hydration. All G. Gatorade Fit. Healthy, real hydration. All G.
It's your journey. Own it in the Hyundai Santa Fe. Get 2.79% APR for 60 months, plus complimentary maintenance on the Santa Fe. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Braden Jobert, 9 runs batted in. He is the first LSU player to accomplish that feat since Eric Hendrickson in 1999. That's a lot of production for one day.
Yeah. They're probably printing T-shirts right now in Baton Rouge that say Braden Joe Bomb on them. That's a pretty good day.
Yeah. See if I can't get me one of those Joe Bomb shirts. Jobert wouldn't have even been born when that Eric Hendrickson's 9 RBI game in 1999. Spencer Jones fouls that one back, 2-1.
Speaking of pretty good days, this young man's had a pretty good day too, huh? 2 homers, 4 RBIs.
On most days, you'd be thinking, give him player of the game type stuff. But with Jobert out there, kind of overshadows what Spencer Jones has done today.
Yeah, and Jobert's got another at-bat coming in the top of the next inning.
To the right side. Oh, they're going to say foul ball. Spencer Jones is 7 for 11 this weekend at the plate. Collins pumping it in there at 93 miles an hour. Lifted high in the air out to left, and that'll be caught there. Boy, it hung up in the air for a long time, but Pearson makes the catch.
Yeah, and what's going to get lost in all this offensive production is the job that Collins did when he got Enrique Bradfield Jr. with the bases loaded in the 7th. After they had already scored 1, gets that comebacker to him where he comes home to McManus and they turn the double play, and Vanderbilt only nets 1 run in that inning, and they kept with LSU within reach, and then the explosion happened.
Boy, Alabama's just crushing Arkansas today. 18-5 now. That one's to the right side. I don't know. I mean, it's crazy.
Look, and Tennessee hung, what, 27 on State in game 1 of their series on Thursday night. So you got that big one. You got 27. You got 18 in this one.
How about Miami's put up 16 on Notre Dame? That's 16-7. That's a final. The game, though, LSU wants to keep an eye on, though, is Auburn and Kentucky. Auburn and Kentucky tied, or actually it's now 3-1. Wildcats out in front over Auburn. An Auburn loss and an LSU win makes LSU a 4 seed in the tournament, and they'll get the day off on Tuesday.
And that is huge. That is huge. Because you save your pitching for 1 more day and you go directly into double elimination.
That one is out of play. There's what LSU is trying to do, and that is avoid being a 5 seed and get that extra day off, and it certainly would set up their pitching a lot better for the rest of the week.
Yeah, if you're LSU and you do get to that 4 seed, you would think you could bring back your Thursday night guy, which was Mikael Hilliard, on 1 day less rest, and he could potentially throw game 1 on Wednesday for you.
And you also start off in the double elimination part of the tournament. You don't have to play that single elimination game on Tuesday. 3-2. That was hit high in the air. Playable by Pearson, who was standing basically on the warning track. So we'll head to the 9th. LSU in control.
I've travelled all over, telling folks they could save by bundling home and car insurance. But here's the real secret: eye contact. We just had a moment.
Geico.
Making friends again, Billy?
I like to keep my enemies close.
Guys, excuse me. I didn't quite get that. I'm hard of hearing.
Oh, hey, don't forget about the tense music, too.
Would you say tense?
I'd say suspenseful.
Aren't they the same thing?
Can we move on, guys? Please.
Alexa, turn on the subtitles. And dim the lights. Okay, dimming the lights.
This is majestic.
Feeling better?
On top of the world!
Advil targets pain at the source of inflammation. When pain comes for you, come back with Advil.
It's your journey. Own it in the Hyundai Santa Fe. Get 2.79% APR for 60 months, plus complimentary maintenance on the Santa Fe. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
If you look down there in that column, right underneath the 8, you don't see 11 runs put up in 1 inning against a Vanderbilt pitching staff very often. But that's what LSU did last inning, and they lead it 18-9 over the Vanderbilt Commodores, trying to pull off the sweep here in Nashville. Some other scores to keep an eye on, obviously Kentucky, and matter of fact, you can add 2 more to that. Kentucky just got an update. It's now 5-1 Kentucky over Auburn. Missouri putting it on Georgia again. Dogs about to get swept by the Tigers. And there's Alabama with an 18 spot on Arkansas today. Some crazy scores out there. Texas A&M over Ole Miss 9-5. That game's in the 7th. Here's Thompson, 2 for 4 today. He looks at a strike. That one's just off the plate. Rob Gordon takes over at third base for Parker Noland. And we got a new catcher as Espinal takes over for Bolger behind the plate. Hit on the button out to center field, but Bradfield there to make the catch. 1 down. Yeah, here comes the man of the hour, or the hours, as we're 3.5 hours into this one. Braden Jobert, as Ben has named him, Braden Joe Bomb. 2 homers and 9 runs batted in on a 3 for 5 day at the plate.
Yeah, and if I would tell you that LSU would have 18 runs on 14 hits and Dylan Cruz would be 0 for 4. No, check that. 0 for 5 at the plate.
I would be shocked.
Especially with the series he's had to this point.
Yeah, Cruz was 6 of 8 at the plate coming into today's game, but 0 for 5 this afternoon.
Oh, no.
Did he do it again? It's off the wall. Jones can't catch it. Jobert's going for third, and he'll wind up with a triple. It can't get any better for Braden Jobert. A double, a homer, a grand slam homer, and now a triple.
And what's the easiest thing to get in the cycle is the single, and that's what he's shy of, the cycle. Another ball up in the zone. I thought this one with the wind blowing out, it had a chance, but off the wall. A nice effort by Spencer Jones. And Braden Jobert wasn't sure about this one. The other 2, I think he was sure, but he was running right out of the gate on this one. And he pulls into third base.
And Jobert will be substituted after that triple. Drew Bianco will pinch run for him. McManus fouls it straight back. Well, he'll be talking about this day for a long, long time. Spencer Jones going to make the catch. Bianco will tag up at third, and it's now a 19-9 game. Two down in the inning. And Collier Cranford will step in. First pitch he sees high in the air, but that'll get out of play. I mean, you just think about where LSU was after the Sunday afternoon last week. Scratching their head. Just got swept at home by Ole Miss. Wondering, where are we going? What are we doing?
Yeah, and nobody saw that coming because they'd won their previous 3 series. Everybody felt like they were heating up and becoming the team that everybody thought maybe they could be, and they just laid an egg against Ole Miss.
And then they do this.
Then you wonder how they respond. And you think, well, we just went from a potential regional host, because that's what they were. They were in the conversation to host a regional. They were going to be there before that weekend. And now you're thinking, well, I got to go into Vanderbilt, who's got the number 4 or 5 RPI in the country, number 1 strength of schedule. We'll be lucky to win 1. And what did they do? They're 3 outs away from a sweep on the road. And that's what's been crazy about LSU this year is now that it appears that they've already won 4 of their 5 road series this year. And maybe going to end it with a sweep is what it looks like.
That ball is hit on the button. Smashed off the monster in left. Chased down there by Vaz, and that'll be a double for Cranford. Back-to-back doubles for the LSU third baseman.
Yeah, and good to see Collier Cranford. Has not played much at all this year. Very, very little, but because Jacob Berry got hurt and moved to the DH spot, Cranford, who is typically a middle infielder, has been starting over at third base. And the bat has been alive today. He puts barrel on ball on this one right off the wall for a double, his 2nd double of the day.
And here's Dylan Cruz, who really appreciated that base hit by Cranford so he can get off the schneid.
Oh.
And I think he just did.
Yep. I think he heard us talking about him, Dave, with the 0 for 5, and he said, well, I'm going to shut their mouths real quick.
He should definitely go give Cranford a hug for doubling and keeping the inning alive.
My goodness, and this was a changeup right in the heart of the plate. And there have been cruise missiles flying all around Nashville this weekend for sure.
All right, Joe Bears had the day. Joe Bears had the day, but the weekend belongs to Dylan Cruz. How about that? Been on base 12 times, 4 homers, a double, 8 runs, and 9 runs batted in this weekend. LSU 61 runs this week, including the 19th spot they put up on Northwestern State on Tuesday. 42 this weekend against Vanderbilt. Just an incredible story offensively.
I would like to know, when is the last time Vanderbilt's given up 42 runs on an SEC weekend? You got to do some digging.
Ground ball to the right side. That'll do it, and we'll head to the bottom of the 9th. But man, did this get out of hand in a hurry. 21-9 as we move to the bottom of the 9th.
Lucky for me, there's some great golf here in the Carolinas. Whether you golf or not, Geico could help you score some great savings on car insurance. Whoa. All in one.
Geico. See all the ways you could save.
We're scientists, we're engineers, we dance, though not so well. Windows 11 makes things easier. One of the biggest features I use is multiple desktops. I go from being a student to being a gamer. Being a mentor is one of the biggest dreams we have, and Windows 11 helps us do it.
We're on the verge of extinction. What matters is what we do now.
Come back.
I always come back.
Is that a dinosaur on your shoulder? Yeah. What?
Rated PG-13.
Well, Vanderbilt, 11 straight seasons of 500 or better record is about to come to a halt. Mississippi State, obviously, their streak is over, so Arkansas would now be out in front with the most consecutive winning seasons in conference play. This graphic tells me how hard it is to win in this league every year.
Yeah, you talk about Mississippi State won the national championship last year.
TJ McKenzie. TJ McKenzie will pinch hit here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The junior out of Loxahatchee, Florida. His 14th appearance on the year. He's 5 for 15 at the plate. One of those 5 hits left the yard. First pitch, or second pitch swinging. 1-1 to count. I think we may see a string of pinch hitters here for Vanderbilt. You would think that 9 runs, 13 hits would be good enough to pick up a win. Not today. Collins with a big old breaker, fouled into that dugout. Good news for Vanderbilt, it only counts as 1 game. No matter if you give up.
That's exactly right. And
5 runs or 25. Yeah.
Have no scar tissue by the time you hit Hoover.
They're going to say catcher interference. And McManus says he caught the ball. And that's the sound you heard. It wasn't the bat.
That's Hayden Travinsky behind home plate, and we'll take a look at it. Here we go. Here we go. I don't know.
Well, Travinsky didn't even flinch like it hit his glove. He immediately pulled it out of his glove.
And McKenzie's walking back to the dugout, you know, and typically if you hit the glove, you feel it as a hitter, you know, so I don't know.
Rob Gordon getting his first at-bat today. Came in to play some third base last inning. This is one of those times we always say, just throw it over the plate, let him hit it. Everybody says that except the guy with the ball in his hands. That's the last thing, right? He's going, no, not quite.
No, it's just not that easy. If it was that easy, we would just throw it over the plate all the time, you know?
No.
You know, I learned my lesson a long time ago in the big league. Same thing happened to me. I think we were playing the Royals in about the 3rd inning. We put a 6 spot on the scoreboard, and somebody yells from the bench, hey, just get out there and throw strikes. Well, that's what I did. And they hit balls all over Kauffman Stadium. And like I was in the shower in the 3rd. Like it was 6-6 before you could blink your eyes. And I was like, okay, lesson learned on that one. You just don't go, nothing really changes other than maybe in plus counts you attack the zone a little bit more, but you're still pitching.
Right. So they'll get the ground ball. That'll move McKenzie over to third. Right, that same guy that told you to throw strikes he's now pissed off at you because you've just given up a 6-run lead, right?
Yeah. Yeah, threw strikes, all right. And they hit them all over. They were hitting stuff in the fountain out there.
Stein will grab a bat. He'll hit with 1 out. Oh, he just, horrible.
They're on the phone right away, and that is not good. Gosh, you hate to see this.
I mean, Barry's already banged up. He's got ice. He got a broken finger, got ice on his left hand now.
And if you know anything about Cade Doty, it's all gas and no brakes. And here he is, 21-10.
Oh, they're going to put that thing back in. Ooh. Yeah, you might want to pull that camera out a little bit. Oh.
And he, ever since he stepped on campus, I know the kid really well. Dave played travel ball with me for a lot of years. Of course, went to the same high school as my son, and it's all gas and no brakes, and that's what he is.
Yeah.
That's how he plays the game. And even at 21-10, he's laying out.
And there are a few people that love this institution more than this guy right here.
Yeah. His dad played baseball at LSU. His brother's on the team at LSU, and he's a tough kid. He is a tough kid.
A 4th-generation Tiger. Glad to see him. They pop that thing back in, and he is heading to the dugout. Let's hope he's all right and moving forward. I got a feeling we may not see him. I'll be shocked. Listen, I've seen stranger things, but I'd be shocked if we see him early in that SEC tournament. If there is some good news, Ben, it wasn't his throwing shoulder.
Yeah, and that might be what, just wonder if he can swing a bat.
So a run scores to make it 21-10. Jack Merrifield will now come in and play second base for Cade Doty. Matthew Polk sticking that elbow out. Oh yeah, that was obvious on that one.
So that's an automatic strike call, right? If you make it,
yes, it is.
To try to get hit by the pitch, you get pegged for a strike.
That one is shot out of play. Going on 4 hours, Ben. You've hung in there. I'm proud of you today.
Well, it's amazing what about 4 cups of coffee will do for you.
Here's a ground ball out to second, and Merrifield making the throw. So let's test the new guy early, and they did.
Well, it's amazing how in the game of baseball, the ball finds the new guy, right? Jack Merrifield played at LSU Eunice a couple years before coming over to LSU. Believe it or not, he started the year as a starting third baseman at LSU. And when Jacob Berry was playing right field, but when Berry came back and started playing third base, Merrifield went to the bench.
Carter Young fouls that one out of play. A couple of hits today for Carter. So 2 down. Runner at third. Here's the 0-2 on the way from Collins. That one's up and away. You got to go back to 2011 to find Vanderbilt's last season where they were sub 500 in the league. They were 12-17 in 2009. They're going to finish 14-16 this year. They'll wrap up the regular season at 35-19.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you this. Come NCAA tournament time, there won't be a team out there wanting to play it.
Swing and a miss. Collins does his job. The offense alive and well for LSU. 21 runs on the board. Been an impressive weekend for this offense.
Yeah, the offense really got going, Dave. 42 runs on 41 hits. The Tigers hit 11 home runs in this 3-game series. So Tigers, I think, Dave, getting back in that conversation as potentially being a regional host, depending on how they do in Hoover coming up.
Well, Kentucky was leading Auburn, and this win certainly will help them and possibly finish in a top 4 seed for the SEC tournament next week. What a run by the LSU Tigers down the stretch of the regular season. Tournament time is just upon us. We will see you from Hoover, Alabama on Tuesday. Ben and I will get it started at 10:30 Eastern time. Until then, everybody, have a great rest of the weekend. LSU wins it by 11.